Hopefully you guys had a good holiday. For watching this video afterwards, then hopefully you were able to spend this time with your loved ones and just having fun. This is what trading is about. This is why we trade in the first place, to have this type of freedom that a lot of people don't have. So we got to take advantage of it. We really want to make the most out of all of this time and location freedom and financial freedom that we have. In this video, I'm going to show you a trade that I took that, it was really a big eye opener for me. It shows me that when I enter in a trade that I'm super confident in, it has a higher chance of winning. I entered this trade and I wasn't doubtful at all. Like, I knew it was a good trade. So that taps into something bigger, because if we can start to do that on a larger scale, and then we start to only focus on the ones that we're super confident in, could start to make a lot more money. So I'm very excited for 2026. I was here reflecting. That was my last trade out of the year. So now I have the last week to just do whatever I want, and I don't even have to look at the charts. So let's get straight into the charts. I'll see you inside. All right, so let's break down this trade on Euro AUD. This was a massive, massive trade. First of all, let's look into where I got out at my take profit. So usually you'll see that a lot of my trades, sometimes I'll close them out a little bit above the take profit, right? So like not at the full TP, but this is one of those trades where the risk to reward was huge. It was well over a 1-3. And it was actually more than that, because at one point I even moved my stop loss down further. So it was actually like a huge risk to reward trade. My actual exit on this one, because the trend was so strong and the reactions that we had at support were so promising that we were going to continue down, I actually ended up getting out at 75536. So actually, this was a lot more than that. It was a 1 to 3.68 risk to reward. And as I mentioned, it was actually more than that. As we started to go in profit, I moved my stop loss down a bit right above this high and this moving average on the 2-hour time frame. So let's go through all of the time frames and show you how I was able to find this trade and why I ended up doing what I did. How you can keep finding trades like this. This is a textbook ride the wave type of setup. First of all, the daily time frame is what I love the most about this trade. I mentioned this in my group. I said in the live call that I was doing, the daily time frame is what makes this such a good trade. Notice how we have lower highs consistently on the higher time frame. So what are the chances that price is going to come up to here and not go down from there? What are the chances that this was not going to be the next lower high before the market continuing down? Of course it was going to be, especially with that reaction that we had with those first 3 bearish candles. So if we would have been taking this sell position right as soon as the reversal started, that would have been so risky. It would have been a much more risky trade. But because it was already on the 3rd daily candle in a row that was closing red, that makes it not even risky at all. It was a super, super good trade. A+ for sure. So just taking a look at the daily, we're trading after a couple of daily candles in a row bearish, below the daily moving average with market structure on the daily time frame, which if you've been trading this style, a lot of the times you're not going to have the daily show bearish market structure or bullish. It's going to be kind of like choppy, and then you have to make it work on the 4-hour and the 2-hour just to try to find the trade. No, on this one, we had structure on the daily and on the other time frames as well. That's what made this such a rare trade. But when you see something like this, hold on to the trade, because you can make so much from these that just continue and continue with the overall trend. So I could have still been holding this, and technically I could have made more from it, but because it's already Friday at like 5 p.m., it doesn't make sense to continue to hold this trade, especially now like at the end of the year when the market really starts to slow down. This was such a good trade that it didn't matter that we were towards the end of the year, because it was gonna play out regardless. This is what you have to understand when you're trading in times like this. If you find a really good trade, it doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter what session it is, at what time you take the trade, what time of the week, or even what day of the week you take it. Now, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. What makes this such a solid setup? We looked at the daily, but now let's take a look at the 4-hour. Well, on the 4-hour, we have the CTI move. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of what it is exactly, but a counter trend impulse trade movement is what shows you that we're about to start trading lower. or higher if it's a CTI to the upside. But basically what we see here is the first sign of a reversal right here in this red square. From there, what do? We have our first lower high. So you can see the lower high right here that we formed. That was perfect. From here, we continue to make lower lows because this was the first low. And then guess what? We came all the way down here and formed lows. So then we have two lower lows, or we have one lower low and two lower highs. That's where I took the sell position. So this was perfect on the 4-hour time frame. We're following the market structure, and we're following what a typical head and shoulders pattern looks like. So if you've studied patterns, you know what a head and shoulders is. You know that this is right here, the left shoulder, the head, and obviously the right shoulder. Like it's a pretty textbook price action type of pattern that occurs. But when you're looking at it through the lens of ride the wave, it makes so much sense to take this trade right here. Remember, you have the higher time frames and the medium time frames like the 4-hour. So now, for me personally, I liked going on the 2-hour for this one and finding my entry there. You know, we had like a little area of support here. We came back up, rejected, perfect rejection right at the 4-hour EMA. And then of course on the 2-hour time frame, you can see that rejection so clearly. If you go down into the 1-hour time frame, which is technically supposed to be our entry time frame, that's where you see it the most. You have a clear candle that closes, completely rejecting the resistance, and that's how you know it's time to take a sell. Because if we're rejecting 1.77, the psychological area, 1.77, what's most likely to happen? Obviously the market is going to come down, and that's exactly what we got here. And then we took the sell all the way down. I put this area of support here because as I was in the trade, I noticed that, you know, we were actually holding support for a little bit. Now that didn't worry me whatsoever because we were still below the moving average, but it was just something to look for because the second that we broke below that support, I knew we were good to continue and go down a lot, which is exactly what happened. Look at the size of these candles right here. These candles are huge. This is what you want to see when you're in a trade. You want to see the bearish candles, if you're in a sell, to be a lot bigger than the bullish candles. That's what lets you know you're doing the right thing. And obviously at that point, I'm not even thinking about closing the trade at all. There's nothing to the left. There's no major area of support or resistance until at least 175,700. That's where my first initial plan was to take out the profit. But I even held it further than that until 553 or 500, let's see, 1.75, 538, because it was just so likely to keep going. And that's what makes an A+ setup. The point of this video, what I really want you guys to get from this video is that when you're confident on a trade, when you're very confident, you know it's gonna play out, don't close the trade early. Let the trade run so you can make more profit. Risk more. You know, put more risk behind the table, hold the trade for longer, and just be confident in your analysis. Because if you're confident that it's going to go down, chances are that's because of the intuition that you've built over the years or over the months from watching the markets. Chances are that that's correct. And if you can just hold it and just not listen to your first instinct, which is to close out of a trade immediately as you see profit, you're going to make so much more money. Always hold when you know the market's going to keep going. That's how you're able to catch these monster type of trades. This trade can make back 5 of my losses or 4 of my losses. Think about that for a second. I could go on right now and lose 4 trades and I'm still in profit because of that profit right here that I just made. This is what you need to realize. One good trade can make you a lot, especially if you're super, super confident in it. You have to have that confidence and you have to know what's going to play out and why it is. Because when you have that, I mean, it's really hard to lose. So you guys should really get a lot out of this, especially the mental side of things. The strategy side of things, there's a lot more detail that if honestly I got into all of it in this video, I would not be able to get through all of it. It would literally take me like 30 minutes to get into all of the single details about why I took this exact setup right here and how I did all of my checks before entering to make sure it was the right one and not enter a losing position, especially at the end of the year. So I have a lot of checks for that, and that's exactly what I do inside of my group, Synergy Trading. So if you are interested in that, check the link in my bio and let me know in the comments below what videos you want to see next for the next ones. I'll see you guys. Let's have a killer 2026 and let's honestly make this the best year yet.